Marvel Studios is back at it with Avengers Doomsday. According to a new report, they are back on the set filming some, well, not necessarily reshoots, because basically what they're doing is finishing the movie. When we found out that they were done filming, we heard from multiple insiders that they weren't really fully done. They just had to finalize the script a little bit more, go back and film some very important scenes. Scenes that are really important for the ending of Avengers Doomsday and the beginning of Secret Wars, and also Marvel's plan for what happens in between them, which might not be what you think. What's going on, everybody? Welcome to the Cosmic Wonder. Hope you're having a great day. Hope this news gets you more excited for Avengers Doomsday, as it looks like Marvel actors are returning to the set to finish the film, specifically finish scenes that are, well, not only very important to Doomsday, but are very important for the ending of the film. In fact, when they finished filming, we heard they were specifically going to return to finish the ending of the movie, because that's the one part that the Russo brothers haven't completely locked in yet. Now, don't let that worry you. This is kind of how the Russo brothers do it. They go in with almost a complete script, but not a fully completed script. Don't worry, they did this for Infinity War and Endgame, and those movies turned out, well, amazingly, the best Marvel movies we've ever gotten. But we are specifically hearing that right now what they're beginning the reshoots with is Monica Rambeau. Teyonah Parris has reportedly been spotted on the set to do some reshoots. And this is very interesting because her character is going to really be involved in, I think, the beginning plot for Avengers Doomsday, because right now she's in the X-Men universe. And we also know that Captain Marvel and the rest of the Avengers are going to go over to the X-Men universe to try and find Monica Rambeau. I also think she is the reason why the X-Men and the Avengers are going to stop fighting. I've stated many times that I think the X-Men and the Avengers are going to fight when the Avengers go to the X-Men universe, because Doom will have already attacked them. So the X-Men are going to think the Avengers are a threat. They start fighting until Monica Rambeau comes out and says, hey, they're my friends, and also these X-Men characters took care of me while I was universe displaced. That's what I believe is going to happen, but there's something much more important at work here. We have been told by a couple of different insiders, one is Alex Perez from thecosmiccircus.com, that certain characters are going to be causing incursions. And we've also heard from multiple different insiders that this is why Doctor Doom is seeking out specific characters throughout the multiverse, because they are causing incursions. But we've heard that multiple characters are causing multiple different universes to be pulled towards Earth 616. Monica Rambeau is one of those characters. She's in a universe right now which confuses it, as we learned in Multiverse of Madness, but that also draws it to our universe, 616. So she is kind of causing an incursion right now. So she does have, at least for a little bit, a very important role to play. So she is most likely doing reshoots with Doctor Doom. If Doctor Doom really does come and try to take out those people who have caused incursions or are actively causing them, then Doom is coming for her, which means the Avengers are going to have to hold off Doom. And I might not even be that surprised if she dies. I mean, it is Doctor Doom. He's one of the strongest characters from Marvel history, and he should be incredibly strong and a lot more powerful than everybody in Avengers Doomsday, especially when we just meet him. And they're probably trying to get that scene just right with the X-Men, with the Avengers, with Doom, with Monica Rambeau, which is why they're doing some reshoots for her right now. But this also marks just simply the start of Marvel coming back to finish the actual movie, specifically the ending. And the ending of Doomsday really is attached to the beginning of Avengers Secret Wars, because this is really a part 1 and a part 2 story here. Just like Infinity War and Endgame were a part 1 and a part 2. In fact, you might remember that originally Marvel Studios announced Avengers Infinity War as Infinity War Part 1 and Part 2. They then later on went to announce we had Avengers Infinity War and Avengers Endgame. It's basically the same thing here. Avengers Doomsday is the first part and Avengers Secret Wars is the second part. The stories directly connect to each other, so how Avengers Doomsday ends is going to be very important for the beginning of Secret Wars, and really just kind of everything for Secret Wars, because we assume Doomsday ends with Battleworld, but we don't really know how that comes to be. And we don't know which characters are going to be on Battleworld, which characters are going to be in life rafts possibly, which are from the comics, or maybe they hide in the void, which is a theory of mine. We don't know how everything's going to happen. Maybe the Russos didn't necessarily have it 100% locked down either, but now they are returning to finish the ending. And it most likely has to do with a really big battle that is going to happen between a lot of different characters and Doctor Doom and his team. And I specifically say Doctor Doom and his team because if you think about it, there's only really a handful of characters that could actually go up against Doctor Doom and not get just completely obliterated. Doctor Doom, again, is one of the strongest characters ever, and he's an incredibly talented and powerful sorcerer. On top of that, he's going to have a lot of tech, probably all the tech that Kang had. I actually think Kang might have stolen the tech from Doctor Doom, which a lot of people have been theorizing about lately. I'm on board with that theory. I think the more we think about that, it makes sense. But point being, Doom is stupid strong, or at least he should be. So imagine somebody like Yelena Belova going up against Doctor Doom. What could she really do to him? Nothing. I mean, she could maybe sneak up on him, but I'm assuming Doctor Doom is also going to have some armor and magical protection, like we've seen him in like the animated projects before and stuff like that, you know, way back in the day. But there's a lot of characters like that. Like even John Walker with the Super Soldier Serum, there's not much he could really do against Doom, right? You'd have to really get the drop on him. And again, piercing armor and things like that. If you think about it, only a handful of characters could probably go toe-to-toe with him, and it would take all of them going toe-to-toe with him at one time. So Captain Marvel, Thor, the Hulk, Shang-Chi, and I'm actually having a hard time coming up with some other characters that might be able to go toe-to-toe with him, because like if Sam Wilson's Captain America went up against him, or even regular Cap for that matter, and he just simply used a sorcery to obliterate them, there's not really much that they can do against that. Doctor Strange obviously can go up against him, but I think Doctor Strange is going to be on his team. Then we have the Scarlet Witch, who could absolutely go toe-to-toe with him, who could beat him, but we don't really know what's going on with her right now. It sounds like Marvel is setting up her return with Vision Quest, but we have heard nothing about her really, only breadcrumbs about her returning in Avengers Doomsday. So the point of this all being, everybody's not going to go up against Doom. We've heard a lot is going to be happening in Doomsday, and there's going to be a lot of different teams doing different things. So I think ultimately when we get to the very end of Doomsday, our characters, our heroes are going to be scattered throughout not only Earth 616, but also in the TVA, possibly in the X-Men universe, a bunch of different universes all spread out. So whatever happens at the end here will determine where they are when Battleworld is formed. So I think a handful of heroes are going to go up against Doctor Doom, and those might be the heroes that kind of retain their memories when Battleworld is formed, because if people are on Battleworld, they're not going to remember what happened before. So a lot of different heroes really won't be able to fight against Doom. Not at first. It's only going to be until the heroes who remember everything that has happened go to them and somehow refresh their memories. Maybe Wanda does it, who knows? Only till after that, when they come, are they going to really join the fight against Doom. So the ending is very, very important for Doomsday, because it really determines how everything in Secret Wars goes down. So they're probably trying to figure out which characters are on Battleworld and kind of doing their own thing. Maybe some of them work for Doom, like we've seen in those leaked concept art photos. We saw Doctor Strange by his side. We saw Vanessa Kirby, Sue Storm, and Franklin. It looked like Yelena was also working for him. So Marvel and the Russos are probably trying to figure out who exactly is going to remember everything and kind of be on a team in Secret Wars, and who exactly is going to just be on Battleworld. And here's the really interesting part. The ending, they just really have to stick it, because it doesn't seem like Marvel's going to do anything between Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And this is very intentional. Kevin Feige has already said, I think it's okay to let people miss Marvel. It's okay to leave and not come back for a while. Let people miss you. And if you think about it, they're already doing this, because it's going to be a full year between the Fantastic Four First Steps and Spider-Man Brand New Day. We're not getting any movies in between that. And really, with everything that happened at NYCC over the weekend, they kind of revealed everything that's coming in Phase 6, and it doesn't look like anything is coming in between Avengers Doomsday and Secret Wars. Well, kind of. We're going to get things like Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man Season 3 or X-Men 97 Season 3, but basically they're not going to tell any stories about what's going on with Doomsday and Secret Wars in between. We're going to have a full year to wait with nothing going on. It doesn't seem like there's a mystery project that's going to happen like Doctor Strange 3 or Shang-Chi 2 or a Scarlet Witch movie. It looks like Marvel really is just going to kind of make us wait an entire year, which means that cliffhanger or that ending for Avengers Doomsday doesn't necessarily have to be a cliffhanger, because I don't think Infinity War was a cliffhanger. It was done very well. So that ending has to be perfect. So the fact that they're going back at it now, still way more than a year out from the movie actually releasing, I think is really good. And it means, I believe, the Russo brothers finally have their script locked in. So Marvel is back at it, hopefully with a fully completed script, which hopefully means we also start to hear a little bit more about what the plot is. But I gotta say, they've done a great job at kind of keeping a lot of it secluded. We haven't had any real leak set photos of any of the characters and their new costumes on set. We've seen some outside sets, but we haven't seen the actual actors on set. They've done a really good job at keeping this locked up, and according to Channing Tatum, it's going to blow our minds, and we're going to have scenes in this movie that are going to be 50 times bigger than the Deadpool and Wolverine, Blade, Elektra, and Gambit scene. So that's just going to blow our minds if it's 50 times greater than that. I can't wait. I'm glad they're back at it. I hope the script is awesome. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments down below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of the latest Marvel news. You can also find us on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, and Snapchat. As always, thank you all so much for watching. Woof woof.